Wait, I wanna sing a song so I can sing it.
Alright, y'all. I don't know if this thing is continuing. I don't know what's going on here. I'm being. Hey. Say hi. I don't know what's going on, y'all, with the camera. My phone had died, so I had to jump on here real quick. Yeah, they're gonna copyright that. Turn it off. But yeah, so um, thought I'd hop on here real quick. I don't know if this is a continuant. No, it didn't say it, but I got 33 likes. Where did that come from? See, this shit is glitching like a mug. How do you see? Why is this acting like that? My phone is straight glitching. But yeah, I'm here with my babies, y'all. I took a break from the oh, cause my phone just shut off. I don't know if it's gonna shut off again, um, but yeah, anybody got any questions? I can answer any questions that you want to ask me while we on here. Like any questions, like you want to know how long I've been on my journey. If you haven't been following, what am I experiencing? What's up with my connection now? Or if you want to ask a question about you. Hey, what you doing? Huh? You play basketball? Here. What? um. Oh, somebody said what woke me. Um. What woke me? Sorry, y'all, my baby. What your mouth? Okay, so wow, I gotta think about it because I really gotta rewind. It's been over 7 years since I've been on this journey. What woke me up? Um, I was um, I was at home one time and I was just wondering like what's going on because me and him used to always, here and there come together, whatever. And sorry, my baby grabbing the phone. And when we separated is what woke me up because we would always have access to each other. It wasn't always every day, but it didn't feel like we were separated. I didn't feel like I was separated from him. Like sometimes I felt overwhelmed when separation was necessary. You know, um, Now mind you, I was just going with the flow of things. So like I said, I've been on my physical, knowing him physically for 7 years, knowing him physically for seven, going on 8 years. Um, but I think after like 3 years or something like that, I didn't even like I knew something because when I would look at him, I'd be like, "What?" We used to say to each other like, where we know each other from?" Well, we knew we didn't know each other from this lifetime. Um, so I always knew it was something different about him compared to everybody I've been known and relationships I dealt with. Um, but it was at one time we separated for about 2 years physically, and they was just like way, way separated. Like I was in Florida, he was in California, and I got triggered. That's when I got triggered because I was just like, I just keep feeling. I kept having experiences, like spiritual experiences, where it was actually showing his soul kept popping up, and I kept feeling all these. something touching on me and all this stuff, and I was freaking out. Like I was like, am I losing my mind? Now, mind you, I'm dating, I'm living my life, I'm going on with my life. We separated. Something just would not let us. It was one day I was sitting on the steps with my neighbor, um, and she was. I was like, yo, I just keep feeling like something just pulled the shit out of me. Like something pulled me, and literally hugged me. Like say my son right here, like something just bear hugged me, like over my shoulders, just hugged me while I was just sitting down. And I would always know what's gonna happen to him before it happens to him, and then I would tell him that it's gonna happen. He would say things like, "Don't speak it into existence," or "It's gonna happen." I'm like, "There's no such thing as speaking it. Always, it's not. It's no such thing as really speaking it into existence. It's it's something that's already paved for you. Okay, it's something that's already paved. It's the point of knowing that it's gonna happen. Like if your spirit just said, like say if his soul said, "Don't go down there. You're gonna get arrested." And he say, "Well, I'm just gonna go down there anyway," and then he doesn't listen. So being that I'm spiritually one, or we're the same soul, I get the same messages, and I get the same messages. So I would relate it to him, and I would say, "Hey, look, something's coming up." Like my daughter's playing on the damn tablet. It's so goofy. Y'all, she tripping over it. But and something I'm gonna get to it, y'all. I'm gonna get to it, but I just had to tell y'all. I had to remember, because you don't carry your past with you to the future, so you tend to let go the past when you moved on and stuff like that, or move on with the next level. So we really got to tap back into it. But I was sitting there on the steps outside my apartment at one time, and and all of a sudden I felt somebody holding me. I felt like it was literally a grown ass man, same height, same structure, just grabbing on me, like holding on me, like he missed me, loved me, and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, I said to my neighbor, I said, "Yo, I feel like something on me." And then she was like, "Well, maybe that's your soulmate." You know, um, she was, she's into women and shit, but she was like, "Well, maybe." I used to talk to her about it, and she was like, "Well, maybe that's your soulmate." Like, I was like, "Soulmate? Nah, he ain't my soulmate, because soulmates don't do that. Lovers don't do that. Lovers don't treat you and run and leave you and do all this other shit." And she was like, "I don't know, man." And then I started looking up soulmates on YouTube. Now, mind you, that was like 4 years ago. 4 years ago when I awakened, and I was like, um, that was about 3, 4 years ago. Yeah, it was about 4 years ago when I awakened. Now, mind you, I've been on my journey for 7 years. When I was awakened to who he was, it's been a while. So I like 4 years ago is when I awakened to who I was and who he was. But we've been around each other for like 7 years here and there. So all of a sudden, when my friend was like, "Oh, y'all might be soulmates," soulmates wasn't even running through my mind at that time. I wasn't even thinking about twin flames. I didn't know shit about twin flames. I didn't know shit about soulmates like that. I didn't know about love. I didn't know about none of that. All I knew is that there was this overwhelming feeling. It wasn't a mental thing. It was more of an energetic feeling that kept, like, I felt like I was getting like loved, but I wasn't like, I'm like, what, like, where's this love coming from? Where's all these messages coming from? Like, I ain't know shit about signs and synchronicities. I ain't know shit about nothing. I ain't never had this experience with nobody before. Like, I've had telepathic messages with my sisters and my daughter and stuff like that. But this really just like, this connection threw me way off. Like, I wasn't scared of it because I was already going with the flow. So um a part of me was just like, damn, look at you, look at her over here watching me. You so she watching me, y'all. Um, so so crazy, yeah. So I decided what?
I answered that question.
Oh yeah, she know about it. She know about it. My daughter said to me one day, she was like, "Will I ever meet my twin flame?" I said, "I don't know. It may be a new name by the time you get older." but I try to tell her it's just a spiritual thing. So I just decided when me and my friend decided to separate, I went in the house. And, I wasn't really a big YouTube fan or whatever. I wasn't, into tarot like that. And I would usually talk to people and I would usually tell them without cards and stuff like that. But I'm like, how will people ever believe me if I don't use my cards? Like, I don't know if y'all noticed. I use my cards at that very second, at that very moment. I don't know what's about to pop out. I do it like that. Like, I don't lay my cards down already where I can see the message. I like for people to see it coming right out the fresh of the deck. You know what I'm saying? Like, right off the bat. Because I don't know. But I know. You know what I'm saying? So, I try to keep it as real as possible for y'all. Um, but anyway, so I decided to go inside and I was looking up soulmates. Because mind you, I ain't never heard of twin flames. Like I said, I always heard of soulmates, but I never I was like, nah, I don't believe in love like that, whatever. So, I had, went into the house. I I YouTube soulmates, and I came across. I can't even remember the first video I came across. It's been so long ago. I even try to look them up, and it's been so long ago. Um, oh my daughter, stop clowning. Stop clowning. I'm trying to get serious here. This is serious. This is a serious matter. All right. I'm expressing my feelings and my mission and my purpose, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. Um, and I came across soulmates. So I looked at like 2 or 3 videos and I'm like, nah, this don't sound like it. This don't sound like soulmate. So I seen something that said soulmate and twin flame. I'm like, twin flame, what's that? You know what I'm saying? What's that, right? All of a sudden, they started talking about the soulmates didn't sound the same as the twin flame journey that I was experiencing. So I was like, wow. I was like, wow, like I'm a twin flame, like me and him are one soul. I always felt like, you know what I'm saying, there was something there because I would recognize him and see his soul or whatever. It's been such a long time since I recognized him though. So it could come and go. It only will be there if they're one with themselves. You can only see the soul and the the recognition when it's present. So that's how you know. If you don't see it all the time, you probably always see it like once or twice here and there. And they're not always one with themselves. It's because they're not. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean they're not the one. Okay, people go through shit in their life. Um, so I don't hate my masculine for the females he deal with because he really destroys every female he deal with any fucking way. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? The biggest revenge is my masculine. I don't care. So if they don't know themselves, and it's sad to say, but real shit, it's gonna teach them to love themselves because it taught me to love me. Um, so if any female come across, I can't give y'all his name. I'm sorry. You better cross him. That's y'all business. You better hope to God. You better hope to God you love your God. You better hope to God you love yourself because this man know how to, you know, knock it up. Okay, he know how to knock it up. But anyway, so that's how I came across it. A friend told me that could be a soulmate, and I was just denying it. Then I looked it up on YouTube, and I was like, oh, I can't be a soulmate. I knew it wasn't soulmates. But I came across the twin flame theory. So I was like, yeah, well, that matched more of my situation. So I was just like, you know what, I would, and what made me become a tarot reader was that I was always intuitive, but I believe people need to see it in order to believe it. So I decided to do it through tarot cards. Like, I started my shesogodly page, but I slowed down on it because I had to focus. Spirit told me to focus more on my mission. Come to find out, me and my twin flame ended up coming together from way across the country. We literally like met, in the middle of the country kind of stuff. Like, we came together and conceived our son, because my son was a spiritual seed, like he's a star seed or whatever you want to call that. But I knew him, like I knew he was coming because I met my son while he was 16 years old in the other realm, and he said, I'm coming. So I knew he was a boy. I knew what he would look like. I knew everything. So I'm not really like how I feel right now, and I'm just gonna ask the questions. How I feel right now about my connection, like, Ego does creep up. Ego will creep up. You can't get rid of it. You don't want to get rid of it. You just want to get along with it. Ego will creep up and try to manipulate me at all times. You know, why isn't he here? Why isn't he doing this? And then I would like you could literally feel the mental battle of your healing. To heal is to when that ego creep up and tell you this person ain't shit. Okay, I know this person ain't shit, but what does that got to do with me? You know, you gotta be able to convince your ego that you're okay, because all it wants to do is protect you. Okay, all your ego wants to do is protect you, so it might do the most harshest shit to you sometimes. But you gotta know, like, you gotta trust. Like, your ego needs to trust in the spirit. Okay, so I just did, like, ego creep up on me every day. I get triggered every single day. There's not a day, I'm not perfect. There's not a day that don't go by where I'm cursing my masculine's name, because I become illusional for a split second. But as I continue to converse with myself and my knowing, and continue to study, um, I get triggered again, not triggered negatively. I get triggered spiritually, and it reminds me, by spirit will answer me right away. His soul will tell me, it will send me love, it will send me reminders, it will show me I see the man name all over the freaking TV. It's not that I want to hear from him, because it always happened when I let him go. Like, when I'm ready to just let him go, then he show up. Or let him go. Like today, I was trying to let him go, and all of a sudden he texts me. And then, it's always something. Like, spirit be like, as soon as you let go, y'all, that's when it will take effect. Because what you're doing is you're leaving it to the universe to do it, not you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, my experiences I go through every single day. And so people would say, oh, if you're dealing with a narcissistic twin flame, he's not your twin flame. What does that have to do with the flesh? The flesh and the ego, the flesh and the soul are two different things if it's not one. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people are going through it where they feel like, um, when you say stuff like that, you trying to make people fall back in love with people they shouldn't be with. I get that, but I'm not speaking to those who. I'm speaking to the ones who experiencing this truth. It has to be said. It has to be said. And if people are not strong enough to recognize their will, then they will lose it. Okay, they will lose it. And I can't control nobody. No, none of that. But that will be me. Um. All right. Any more questions? Let me see. Any more questions, y'all? Throw it in the comments. I'm not gonna scroll down because I was talking a lot, so I don't. Peace, everybody, for jumping on. Peace, everybody. I'm with my family, my babies. Any more questions? It says they're usually always karmic. A karmic. Listen, karmics could be anybody. Okay, karmics could be anybody. Okay, how do you know if your soul mate or twin flame? It's a spiritual connection first, and I know it's a difference between, like, it just, I mean, let me just put it like this: it all looks the same and seems the same, but the situation that is real will not let you pass. It will not let you forget about it. It will not, and I'm not talking about infatuations and obsessions, because I'm not the type to attach to nobody. You know, I, I'm not the type to abandon people. I love people genuinely, but I don't care to attach to anybody, and that's just how I am. I pretty much raised myself when I was younger, and I love both of my parents. Do I talk to them? Not much, because I've learned, I've grown past all that. Am I traumatized? I would say no, and I'm not in denial, because I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and let me tell you, I laugh at it. I even, like, when me and my masculine go through our shit, I laugh. I laugh at the situation. Like, you shouldn't laugh at. Like, I would laugh at somebody for tripping and falling. I may laugh at somebody, like, I wouldn't say I'm careless and I'm evil or nothing like that, but I would just say this is the peace. Like, you gotta have that kind of peace where trauma does not piss you off. It kind of make every moment you know. But anyway, the question was is how do I know that this person is my twin flame? twin flame or soulmate, it's through the eyes. It's through my eyes. The first time I recognized my masculine is when I looked him in his eyes. Let me get that. Is that him? Speak of the damn. I would say speak. I love y'all. That's my masculine, y'all. See, speak of the devil. As soon as I let it go, he just come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you can't run from your fate, y'all. Like, you can't run from it, man. You can't run from it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all can't run from it, man. Sometimes I be like, I don't even run. I just chill. I let universe deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's in the eyes, okay? When you look people, you gotta have eye contact. You want a true, genuine, divine connection, please look in the eyes, okay? The eyes, you will see, it will be like a flash, like a glare of a reflection of a mirror. If you have a makeup, let me see, hold on, give me a mirror, give me a mirror right now. I'm gonna try to see if I can show y'all what the spark look like on here. A reflection of a mirror. Let me see. All right. So let me see. I don't know if I can flick some light at y'all. Hold on. Okay, look. All right, but anyway, hold on. Let me see if I can get the glare. Let me see the light. The light's over there. Damn, the light's over here. Hold on. Hold him, please. All right. Okay, you see that, y'all? Y'all see that glare? You see that little glare at the bottom right there? If you don't experience that little shine where it literally triggers a nerve in the back of your mind, in the back of your eyes, that's what it looks like. It looks like you see like at the bottom right here. You see a glare. It's like that. It's like almost something lit your soul up. So it's like a mirror reflecting at itself. Okay? That's what it looked like. This thing is slow. And my shit is. But that's what it looked like. And then when it does happen like that, right after that glare, you get like a deja vu moment of that soul. And it's like, I recognize you. It's your soul speaking to the other person's soul saying, I recognize you. I know you. And then your memory says you know this person, and your mouth says, I knew you from somewhere. Like it's a deja vu moment, but soul to soul moment. A soul to soul deja vu moment. Okay, so everybody gets deja vu of a moment that they remembered. Okay, but they don't know where it came from. You know what I'm saying? That's the same shit. It's with that glare. You know how they say light the flame. It's like the light being turned on in your soul. It's like your soul being present and their soul's present at the same time in the physical form. It's a deep connection. This shit cannot be. This is real. And for those who don't think it's real, then you're not on the real journey. You just somebody who wants to be on a journey. This shit is real, and you have to take heed that you must fulfill your fate, your purpose. And yes, I don't know if there's a purpose to be fulfilled, but I could tell you from the journey that I've been on, all my soul and his soul and universe has done was manipulate itself for us to come together. That's all I know. That's all I've seen so far. Because like I said, I only speak from experience. Like I said, I've been on this journey for 7 years. I could tell y'all about my life before I met my masculine. I had a wonderful relationship. And me and my baby father is still good today. You know, I have a 12-year-old daughter where I have my life. Okay, there she is right there. Okay, she knows everything. She knows what her mama's going through because I don't ever want her to feel like her mama losing it. Okay. I explained to her father as well what's going on. Okay, I explained to family what's going on. I have one sister who said she met her other half. You almost say doppelgangers, but doppelgangers look the same. It's almost like a doppelganger feeling. You know what I'm saying? Um, there are times when I feel like his soul is present within me because I would see him inside me. You know what I'm saying? Like there'll be times when I see him inside me instead of me inside me. You know what I'm saying? And people would say like I have not met my soul. I have not saw my soul. I saw his soul more than I saw my soul. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like I can't see myself, but I know he can see me just like I could see him. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, it was one time I was laying in bed, I had just fell asleep, and my physical body was laid to rest. I came out of my body, and I ended up in the corner of my room, looking at my body. And when I was looking at my body, there was a dark, like a shadowy figure floating over me. Now, I didn't feel I didn't feel fear, cuz when the shadow looked at me, okay? The shadow looked at me, it was his face. So, it was in a genie form of my masculine. So, I knew it was him. It was like as soon as he realized I came out of my body, he looked back at me. And I was like, damn. And I was, I wouldn't say I was scared, y'all. I would just say these are the moments that we have to like embrace. Like, there have been times me and my masculine shared stories about the same dream we had, and how we was floating in the air. We was in space, how we were going through a drive through in space. And there was times where he would give me messages on his recovery and how he feel and all that kind of stuff. And I embrace and I just love, like, you guys gotta just love the soul, man. I'm telling you, the soul will love you back. Is it times that I would love for the body to be one with itself? Yes, of course. You know? Yes, because I don't want to keep chasing, the imagination. I want to actually live it, and enjoy it. So there are times where I get, physically lonely because I know for a fact that there is nobody else that I would rather be with than myself, which is him of myself. Okay? But if he doesn't manifest in the physical body again, get that from him. If he doesn't, and put my stuff back, please. If he doesn't manifest in his physical form, he upset. You can't put that in your mouth. You can't. Hey, you can't put that in your mouth. You can't put that in your mouth. Where's the baby? Where's this pacifier? Yeah, and make him another bottle because I think the other one was too small. But any more questions, y'all? I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all so y'all get to know what's going on. Like, any questions? Like TMI, all that. I don't care. Um. Okay. Let me see. I don't think he understands the early connection we have. Let's see. Is he new? It takes a while. Listen, let me tell y'all something. People don't. It's love at first sight, but some people just have to like have blockages in their minds. People got blockages going on where I know I had some blockages, he has some blockages, and people don't realize what's really going on. I mean, you could recognize somebody and still don't realize what's going on. The mind has to catch up to the understanding. So, someone said false twins will. Um, to me, with a false twin, I don't think that he's not my twin. I don't think that he's not. I try to deny that shit, and every time I try to deny it, spirit will always come around and say, But to me, a false twin is just an illusional love, uh, illusional love, an obsessed love, and stuff like that. It looks the same, but it's not. Uh, a false twin is somebody who just mimics the flesh. Okay, a twin flame, like everybody, if your twin flame like to smoke, you think a mirror is somebody who like to smoke. If you think a mirror is somebody, because don't get me wrong, me and my masculine did the same things when we were young, but we're talking about mirroring the soul, not the flesh. We want you to mirror the soul. It's a reflection of the soul. People will call like my masculine's karmics, or my karmic situation. I had a wonderful relationship, a great relationship, but spirit was pulling me out of it just around the time spirit was pulling him out of his karmic situations. And mind you, I'm in Florida and he was in Jersey. I'm from New York, but he was in Jersey, so we didn't fall down from far from each other. So we were literally right, next door. We were neighbors, technically, and we were always being driven to be together. but we didn't understand what was going on. You can't understand what's going on. So it's all about your knowledge and your growth. Okay. And then you got society painting all these pictures, painting all these blockages, and people giving away free pussy and giving away free dick and giving away and selling pussy for money and all this shit. And people doing all this wicked shit. We're losing our way. So with distractions out there, of course people will believe that they're in a love situation because they don't love themselves enough to say, you know what? Let me sit back and think about if this person is really my partner. I have not yet recognized the soul inside this person. So how is this person my companion? This person is just another person that I met. Okay? Like I would say you fell in love with a messenger. A karmic is a messenger. Okay, you're supposed to get your message. A false twin is a messenger. If they came and they said, okay, well, look, you're not a great person. You need to fix your stuff like that, you know? But my connection or those connections who's on here, we're talking about the soul. I ain't talking about nothing else. Soul authenticated itself. Okay? So, you know, any more questions, y'all? I'm trying to read and see if I'm getting triggered on here to see anybody. You said, whoa, Tracy said Tracy girl. I understand. You said I'm celibate for 6 years now. I've listened. I won't let nobody else touch me. I can't. I've done it. I've dated, and spirit was not happy. I've dated, and spirit was not happy with me when I did it. I paid the price, and that's why I said be careful when you're actually really on this journey. You can't just be fucking everybody. You can't, because what you're doing is you tampering with the universe and the way the universe is trying to align people together. Some people believe that you can just live your life, but you can live your life loving you. Okay, sex and physical transmitted, fluids is not. It's not everything. It's everything today because society paint that, but that's not everything. You gotta learn to be alone. You can hug anybody. You can give someone a kiss on the cheek. You can do stuff like that. But when you're actually trying to bond with this person on a soul level and try to love this person, you get shut down because that's not your partner. Okay? So yes, celibacy is what you have to be when you on this journey. Okay? Um,
So, look at me, mommy.
you know, we're supposed to be virgins. We're not supposed to be out here being manipulated by others. I mean, can y'all imagine life without all this manipulation? I guarantee you twin flames would have been in union. If there wasn't so many manipulations going on, people would be in union. It's too much. This one says, I already knew. This one here says, Essence, I already know how my divine masculine looks. Wow, that is interesting. Makes sense. I don't want anyone else. Yeah, real shit. People don't want to hear that, though. People don't want to hear that. Should I believe tarot cards? You said, should I believe tarot cards and a reader saying he's a karmic if he's uh if he's a messenger? What does it look like? A messenger, you listen, a person could walk. A messenger is different from a soulmate. If you have not recognized a person's soul, if you have not, like I said, if you have not got that eye to eye contact, that eye to eye connection, this person has no business in your life for keeps. Get your message. Your message is, okay, maybe you're not a good person to somebody, and they will say, okay, well, you need to fix this about yourself, or because I'm telling you, manipulation is real. People are not telling the truth. Okay, I put it on my community tab that people need to start telling the truth about people and how they feel about them, because everybody's hiding behind an illusional world where everybody's entertaining the ego. So people are lifting the ego and shitting on the soul. So people are not knowing, like right now. Me telling people may offend somebody. But at the end of the day, the truth will set you free. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. Real shit. I'm not rehearsed. I'm not here. Look, I'm coming on here, nails gone and everything. Like, no makeup on, straight natural. You know what I'm saying? My kids in the background. I'm not here to play. You know, and that's why I don't have a lot of subscribers, because I ain't kissing ass. And I ain't gonna tell you everybody deserve to be together. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you, if spirit says no, spirit says no. Spirit says no, and you don't. If you decide to go against your will, then you will be a, what they would call a sinner or a deceiver or a liar or some. You will be the opposite of yourself. Okay, and who wants to be the opposite of their self? We're trying to find ourselves again. You know, never mind how it looked to somebody else. You don't need nobody else's permission. Now, you said, as far as should you believe in readings, okay? And if they're telling you that this person is your masculine or not, you got to understand frequency changes. If your masculine is present, then yes. If your masculine is not, then no. Because yes, they can ascend and descend, okay? So it's all on this timing. That's why when you get your readings done, don't just get it done for, whatever. Get it done because you're being guided to. You're supposed to get your readings done when you're guided to, not when you just want it. Because some people just purchase readings to just have it. Hey, stop it. Don't do that. You lost your mind?
No.
Don't do it. I'm not playing with you. Don't play with your face like that. Don't do that. You said mine ain't show up right. I checked him out the door. Right. That's what I did. I mean, hey, that's power. You know, you got to dismiss them. And if they run off to somebody else, karma will catch up. The universe will catch up. Your spirit will find out, because, your soul knows the truth. I done had my masculine. Listen, whoa, y'all, this is deep, okay? I done had my masculine stand in front of me while his soul stood right next to me, whispering in my ear saying he's lying. Let me tell you what he about to do next, right? Like, he would literally stand right in my ear and say he lying to you right now. He lying. This is what he did. This is what he did. This is what he did. Now say it to him, right? And I swear, he would look at me like with a bold face. He would look at me with a bold face, y'all. Like, how'd you know?
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I did a reading. We did a reading before. Okay, I ain't say nothing to him. I ain't say nothing the last time he was here. So something just said, pick up the card. You know what? Something said, pick up the cards. All of a sudden, like, I was ignoring it. I was like, nah, because I'm trying to, focus and make sure he ain't trying to manipulate me or whatever. So, all of a sudden, I found my hands on my tarot deck, not my oracle decks, on my tarot decks, right? And I found myself lifting the tarot cards. I said, whoa, wait a minute, what's this? Yo. Y'all, I said, what? Because I've had spirit touch me before, y'all. If y'all don't believe these souls can touch you, man, they will make you move. If they really want you to, they will make you. And I know y'all saying, if they can make you do it, how come they won't make the masculines come home? I said, because they run. You got to be, spirit can only do so much. They got to channel energy. They got to channel you, before they can actually touch you. But believe they will catch up with you, okay? Can you ever imagine you running from your shadow? Like, you ever watched the little girl who was scared of her shadow? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't run from your shadow. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I got mirrors all in my house. I'm surprised he ain't scared yet.
No. Thank you.
You know? So, a mirror is just, you just got to mirror the soul and stuff like that. Oh, big guy. But anyway, so I did a reading for him right in front of his face. I ain't say nothing, y'all. All I did was found my hands. Like, my hands, I wasn't looking at nothing. I wasn't doing nothing. All of a sudden, my hands just ended up falling on my tarot deck. And I ended up picking it up. And I looked at my hand like, okay, Spirit. All right. Spirit said you got to get this message to him. And I shot the cards out. It flew over to him. The cards literally flew in the air. he was holding his son, and the cards flew in the air, and he was interested. He's into stuff like this, and he knows that I have a gift. He's like, and he knows I don't need cards to tell him because I was always intuitive. I always told him. So it kind of scared him a little bit because, you know, like he said, he's running from himself. But anyway, he got to face the reality sooner or later. So the cards, right? Back to the cards, y'all. I shot it out, and it said, let me see if I can remember the order. It said, damn, hold on. And I ain't no lie. It said, it's always, when we do our readings, like soulmate, marriage, always pop out. Soulmate and marriages always pop out. And when I use my twin deck cards, twin flames always pop out. There was never a time that it didn't. Like, on some real shit, y'all. Energy is real. And they know what's behind them cards. Spirit knows what's behind them cards. And if Spirit wants you to know, they're going to pull that out. So, if anybody ever shuffle cards, y'all know how that shit goes. That shit pop out. You got to shuffle them. You really got to let energy do what it do. And it will pull it right out. So, I pulled it out, and it pretty much told him, right in front of me, he had pretty much a conversation with his own soul. Every time. His soul said that, you know, this could be the one. It said this could be the one this could be the one, what is it, the romance card. It said this could be the one you've already met, you already met before or something. I gotta see the card. But that popped out. He read it.
Which one?
No, it's okay. You don't have to get it. And another one popped out. Soulmate popped out. Okay? And then I'm trying to think, what's the other one that popped out? And then I switched the cards up, and I used my twin flame deck. And it said unhappy. It said unhappy. So he pretty much was conversating with himself and saying, you're not really happy, okay? Because you got to be like, what they said is that the other one said I will return, and the other one said in the future, and then I had another one that said future, and it was something else, but it was pretty much telling him the same shit every time. It telling him the same shit every time, that this is your soulmate, accept your fate, and he said I will return. You know what I'm saying? He was saying I will return. So that's that. Any more questions, y'all? Let me see. Oh, did I answer her question? So yeah, it's all depending on your energy, y'all. It's all depending on your energy. What you say, girl? What you say? She said, Essence, for real, she said, you had a sex toy and the divine masculine destroyed it. And we haven't met in 3 yet. Wow, okay. He can see me and I can't see him. We talked telepathically, and he said that he's the only one. Yeah, girl, get like that. My masculine soul minds. I ain't never use it though. I just wanted to feel like when I first got out of my relationship, I ain't never use it like that. I didn't have to use it since I met him like that. But I've had it when me and my ex stopped having sex and I was going through my transition. Chill out with the makeup. When me and my ex was breaking up, my karmic relationship, he stopped, my karmic stopped having sex with me because, spirit was pretty much pulling us apart. But we were still around each other and I wasn't dealing with anybody. So I just bought one. But did I use it? No. Because I really wasn't into sex like that. I just bought it because me and my sisters and us, we had like a girls' day out. And we had like, I ain't going to say, we had a girls' day out and we went to the shop. And we just bought it. You know how girls do, like you got a bunch of girls just go into the sex shop and you just buy shit. And I did, and I put that shit in a sneaker box, and I put that shit in. My masculine seen it. He was like, what's this? You know what I'm saying? What's this? I said, oh, that's some shit I purchased a long time ago. Shit's still there. But yeah, don't destroy your body. Let your body heal, though. Anybody else? Y'all funny. Come on, y'all. Give me some real questions here. Like, give me some serious shit.
Question?
No. You better take that makeup off your lips now. You don't need no lipstick. And that's my good lipstick.
This one?
All of it.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
What she said, yes, exfoliation is great. Did you ask me a question about exfoliation?
Me? Oh my goodness.
She said the kids wants a snack, Mom. No, they ate already. They waiting for bedtime. They about to go to bed now. But yeah. Any more questions? Any more questions you want to ask me?
I want to ask a question.
Okay, she said, is that glare for everyone or just you? The feeling, it should be, I never really heard anybody explain it like I do, but I was just trying to explain what I saw, what I felt is like a lit flame. Yes, what? You trying to get my attention? That I was just trying to explain what the feeling was like, because I want people to understand. People keep asking me, what does it feel like? What does it look like? You know what I'm saying? So I try to get as close as I can, you know. It was definitely more intense. I asked you to take that makeup off now. Take it off.
I am.
Go take it off now before you break out. You don't listen. So I was just trying to get, she was like, you know, I was just trying to get as close as I can to the experience, because it's hard to explain, but it's definitely a way to explain it. By trying to get as close as I can to tell you what it's like. How should I deal with a demonic masculine who completely is in the dark, knowing about the connection, but is doing a complete opposite and lying and cheating? They're not themselves. Okay? The masculine. Ari, come on.
I don't know how.
What do you mean you don't know how? Use oil or lotion to take it off. What's going on is that, like I said, the masculine is not one with himself. He's trying to catch up with himself. Just picture, like, I posted on my community, if y'all saw it, it was a picture of, let me see if I can find it. Is my tablet off? What's the matter, Papa? You sleepy? You want to lay down with me? That's what I go through, y'all. Now y'all see why I ain't on YouTube all the time? Come on, you want to lay down with me? You sleepy? All right. He's sleepy. You sleepy? You sleepy? Hold on, y'all. Mama. You said, Mama? You ready for bed, Papa? Huh? Where's your Papa? You ready for bed? Huh? Want to say hi to everybody? Where's your pacifier? Huh? Alright, where's his pacifier? I think he's ready for bed now. Hey, don't push any buttons. You can say hi. Here, let me see. What you do? Okay, he said hi, everybody. What'd you do with the, why is it so zoomed in like that? How did you zoom out of this thing? You did something to it. How do you do this? I don't know. What did he do? What'd you do? Oh, there we go. Got it. Sorry, y'all. This is raw footage here. All right. But anyway, come on, lay down over here. But the feeling is, it's almost like that. Ready? Lay down here. Let me get these kids ready for bed. Come on. But yeah, Let me see. He says that he said, "Hey, lady." Oh, you're talking about him. Say hi. Yeah, say hi. Say peace. Until you take all that stuff off your lips.
Again.
Oh. Okay. But any more questions? Any more questions, y'all? These kids gotta go to bed. Ari, you know the routine, honey. You gotta go to sleep.
I don't go to school till 10.
So you ain't go to school till 10? Shit, I remember waking up early in the mornings. Thank you. She said I have beautiful children. Thank you.
Ask them, do they have children?
Oh yeah, I'm sure some of them have children.
And ask them what school do they go to?
No, they don't. These women are all around the world somewhere out there.
Ask them if they live in Daytona.
No,
I have questions.
no, you just stay in a child's place. Thank you.
But I'm being.
No, you don't give out your full information. You got spies on here. You got trolls and shit on here. You don't give out your full information.
I know that.
All right, that's enough. Hurry up.
I said I'm 11.
Don't say anything. Ugh, teenagers, almost teenagers. All right. She said her kids are adults now. Tracy, all I see is you, Tracy. Anybody else speaking? Uh,
That's what happened wrong though. I can chat with Chris and Jalen. It's my Una.
yeah. Oh.
All they do is just true.
Any more questions, y'all? Any more questions? You ready to sleep? Ready to lay down? Come on. Come lay down. What you chewing on your tongue? Huh? Give me Kiki. What's in your mouth? Huh? Let me see. Okay. Teeth is? Your teeth is? Come on, lay down. Thank you, you guys. They're my babies. He's gonna be 11 months and she's going to be 13 soon.
You told my age.
Yeah, but I ain't say your name.
Everybody already knows my name. I'm famous.
Everybody knows your name. You're famous.
That's a clue already.
Would you say how do they break away from it? Um, if you're talking about like how do these masculines run away from their fate, so they try to block it out. It's no different. They allow the ego to take charge. They listen to the ego. So what happens is, um, they run. Okay, like people say, there's no such thing as runner and chaser. That's when it comes to the connection. But people do run from the truth. Okay, people run from the truth every day. If you told somebody that they shouldn't have, they shouldn't have cheated on their tests, they would say, yeah, I should have because I didn't know the answers. People do it all the time. Okay, people do it all the time. So they running from their spirit. All right, their spirit is it's nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do. They don't hate you. They don't hate the connection with you. They just don't love themselves. That's a prime example of someone who don't have self-love is when they run from it. Like, say if you're in a connection but it's not going how you expected, you want to abandon ship. There's no difference. Just picture yourself being your masculine. Okay, your masculine's out here with a bunch of pride and ego, and they want every girl in the world and all this other shit. They led by that. They led by lies. So will it catch up on them? Yes, it will. If this person, karma will catch up with anybody doing anything wrong. So it's not just divine people, okay? Everybody's divine in their own way.
Ow.
The situation is that have you met your other half? Because you can meet people and have experiences too. Everybody has the gift too. It's just who listens and who don't. Can you hear and listen to your intuition? Do you know and trust your intuition? Everybody has a gift. Everybody can sense. Everybody can have telepathic connection. But if you have not recognized the soul in the flesh, you have not met your partner yet. That's it. You can't say, "Oh, well, me and my friend like to smoke, or me and my friend like to drink, or me and my friend like to hang out, and me and my friend like to draw, and me and my friend." You can't compare, you know, the illusional world to a soul connection, because sometimes your soul partner religiously believe in other things, and most twin flames are not from the same gender, from not from the same gender, not from the same uh backgrounds. A lot of twin flames are mixed. Like me and mine's, like I'm black and mine's is Puerto Rican mixed with black. So, you know, if you pay attention to your intuition will give you a quick glimpse of what your other half look like. So if you like, I've been given that image all my life of what my masculine look like. I've always felt my masculine. I've always felt this masculine, but mind you, this masculine, I always felt mature. I always felt years beyond myself. You know what I'm saying? Because my masculine was years beyond me. Like we're damn near a decade apart. He was born. We was born 9 years apart. So I would expect different, differences. I can't expect him to be picture perfect because nobody really is. He is definitely everything I would say, the pros and cons to it. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely much older than the image that I was shown. But mind you, that was years ago. And, that was when he were younger. So now that we're both older now, like when I first met him, he was completely opposite of himself. He wasn't the same person. But I've seen him before, um, when my spirit tried to show me a picture in physical of him, and he didn't look the same then. So that's what you gotta trust. Like, I mean, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot to deal with. But if you like puzzles, if you like figuring out shit, and you got patience, you'll do just fine. If you like clues, like I'm the type of person, I like the game Clue. I like Monopoly. I like,
Escape room.
yeah, I love Escape. I like, the little app where they have the escape room. Y'all gotta play with your mind sometimes and teach your mind how to slow down, because your mind is your ego playing tricks on you. So you have to learn how to slow your mind down. Start doing like word games. Start testing your mindset. Find more readers where they do pick a card, and where you can pick your own readings. I do that a lot because I find that as good exercising of the mind to to train you on how to tap back in, because we all got the gift. You know, um, People don't like to. It is what it is. So, um, love you too. Peace. The truth is the truth, like whether we like it or not. Nobody comes like, I'm not perfect to my masculine. My masculine is egotistically, physically attracted to lighter skinned women. And, you know, he's more attracted to a lighter skinned woman, a more whiter woman. But, I'm not white, you know what I'm saying? But he knew that I was black. So it's almost like he tried to avoid his fate, but he ran into me anyway because he couldn't resist the connection. It is what it is. Um, so he still has that feeling, because he's still full of pride that he prefer a whiter woman. Now, do I feel upset that he prefer a whiter woman? No, because I too myself have jungle fever where my first baby father was white. He was blonde hair, blue eyes, and we still get along to this day, but we're not together. So no, I don't. I know exactly how he feels. That's the funny thing. So I can't get mad at him. I can't. Um, when he gets too dark, I know we got some issues. When he gets too dark, I don't. I'm not attracted to him. So I understand where he's coming from. Um, he loves it when I'm dressed up, all dolled up and shit. You know what I'm saying? And there are times when he likes me when I'm natural, depending on his level of knowledge. Okay, if he's about black empowerment, he's all for my melanin skin. But if he's all for uh, all lives matter, you know, he doesn't see it. So he has a lot of issues going on, and that's his business. But I'm not gonna stop it you know, from me ascending. I see 9/11. Peace to the gods. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna tell my story because at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know. So I accept the fact that he has a big ass pride and a big ass ego that doesn't want him happy because despite all the situations that he faced in his life, he found himself the happiest with me. So, it is what it is. Um, he's still attracted to me, but he prefer a whiter woman. And I'm attracted to him, but I prefer him when he's not super tanned. But that's it is what it is. We're supposed to accept each other for. I accept him regardless. But I get what he's saying. I know what he means by it. You know,
No.
because he has his own fears where his mother's black, and stuff like that. He said I remind her of her, and she abandoned him a lot when he was young. So he's traumatized because I trigger memories of his mom. Um, that he has not yet healed from completely. So I understand. Like you got to be understanding when these masculines. Like you know, be honest with you. I can't even like with my masculine's preference. If it wasn't for the universe and his narcissistic behavior, I wouldn't have been able to see him as much as I could have. Um, because I probably would have I wouldn't fuck with somebody like him if it wasn't for a divine connection. I would have thought he was if like I tell him if we talking about judgment and not accepting each other, I wouldn't fuck with you at all. Like for one, you're too old for me. You know what I'm saying? I would date somebody around my age limit. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not financially stable as much as I would expect you to be because my first baby father is financially stable and stuff, work and have his car and stuff like that. So if we and then as far as like him, the color of his skin, I would have preferred a more lighter man as well. So I'm like, like I have my preference. If I'm gonna fuck with ego, like he fucks with his ego, I wouldn't fuck with him at all. I wouldn't fuck with him at all. But if it wasn't for the gods, like he would say to me, if it wasn't for the gods, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have each other. So, like, it's better this way for us because I don't have to deal with his narcissistic behavior all the time. It's almost like I wouldn't say, people would say probably open relationship, but or maybe it's open on his behalf. But me, I'm solid to my truth, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna deny my spirit. I've seen what I saw, and I know what I experienced. And trust me, I tried to run away from it. I tried to hide from it. I tried. It's like like the three little pigs. You can't run like the wolf. It's fate. Fate came to that last house, and the last house was home to me. You know what I'm saying? It's my own home. Okay. Every other house that I try to run to, every other person I try to fuck with, spirit has shut that shit down. The men that I've dealt with said that they felt a masculine presence literally pushing them out the door, like shoving them out. You know, which I know it to be true because it have been times where my masculine would lay down with me, not physically but spiritually, lay down with me and hold me. I felt that a few times when he was in California, and I would have never known where he was at in California if he didn't tell me in spirit where he was at, because he was in a situation where he had nobody. So he would always run to me, but he couldn't contact me. He couldn't speak to me. He didn't know my address. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So he didn't know if we were on good terms or not. So Spirit spoke up for him. Spirit said, whispered in my ear and told me where he was at. And so what I did was I was guided by Spirit to find him. Like we were guided to come together. That's why you gotta have faith in your spirit connection, because at the or yourself, okay, it will guide you. So I'm at peace. Like, I know y'all hear my story. Like, damn, I don't know. I don't know how you. Don't give him no more candy. Don't give him no candy. He gonna be running around here crazy or crawling around here crazy. No more candy. And no more candy. No more. No more candy. No, no candy before bed. Crazy. Um. But anyway, y'all probably like, girl, how do you deal with it? Because like I don't really, like I said, I like my space. Like I got my kids. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a masculine energy around, because I'm a masculine energy, a very strong woman myself. So I can't really see myself being led by a man anyway. I got a big ass ego where I feel like I don't need nobody. So
It's okay, Reddy.
I deal with my own problems.
It's okay, Cherry.
And I just prefer to be alone. Like, and he is here. I accept that we exist. I acknowledge that we exist. But then when reality kick in, it's like, okay, you can leave now. We don't have to have sex or nothing like that. We can just be around each other. And I'm like, okay, you can leave now. And I'm all right. Thanks for coming. You know. So yeah, personally, I'm not with ego. Okay. But anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah, I'm definitely in hermit mode. I love my hermit mode, y'all. Oh my God, you gotta love your hermit modes. Treat yourself. I treat myself. I give myself a nice bubble bath. I cook me my, nice meals, and I eat, and I'm happy. Like I'm content within myself. So since this is the point of being twin flame, this is God is on purpose. I love me. And you're right. Um, you're right, Vanessa. Yeah, you're right. I love me. Like I'm not even mad. Like I would ego. Like I said, ego gonna always try to creep up on you, and you just gotta learn how to calm it down. Like it's okay, ego. It's all right. All right. You gotta literally train the ego how to listen. Like you would, you know, train a puppy how to sit down and shit. You gotta train your ego how to calm down and not be ego driven. You gotta let the ego take a back seat, because you can't get rid of it. It's trying to protect you. Good night, baby. Mwah. Love you too. Be good.
Okay, I see you tomorrow.
You got your alarm set?
Of course I do. Do you?
You look like Pippi Longstocking with the ponytail. Go to bed, silly. That's what you should eat. No candy. Hey, don't close that door, kids, man. Um, let me see. Any more questions? I would say any more questions. Okay, so Sarah said, "Can a karmic feel you if you haven't met him?" You said, "Can a karmic feel you if you haven't met them?" Um, I'm not really sure. Hold on, where you at? Cause I gotta see what you vibing with. You said, "Can a karmic feel if you haven't met them?" Oh, let me see. I'm not sure what you mean. Like, Can a karmic feel you if you haven't met them? Um, Not on a soul level, but you know, I'm trying to understand your question. I'm trying to understand your question. Is that like, can you rephrase that for me? Or is it what it is? Because I want to make sure you ain't make no typo mistakes. Okay, energy. Yeah, everybody can feel your energy. I can feel people's energy right now on here. You know, you don't have to be my soulmate, soul family, or anything for me to feel you because, we all come from, you know, somewhere that, we all come from somewhere to get somewhere. But you can feel any and everybody. But it's more intense when you meet somebody like, you know, what they would call a twin flame or soulmate. Okay. Existence is definitely just is real. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But karmics do know that, you know, karmics know when you have somebody special in front of you because the karmics that I was dealing with, they all knew there was something about me, you know, to me and mines. And they couldn't shake it though. But they knew something like their intuition told them not to get involved, and they did it anyway. And when they got involved, they got burned. When they crossed the two flames, they got burned. And if they keep every single karmic, whether they know me or I know him, anytime a karmic get involved with two souls or one soul flame lit, they get burned. People get burned, man. And it's not worth it. That's why I stay celibate when he's not around. Is because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And he has to learn the same thing. A narcissist can heal. They have to choose to. Okay? It's everybody has their own everybody has a little narcissism in them, and everybody has their own mental illness they got to heal from. To say somebody can't heal from their own mental illness is to say that God don't exist. That their God inside them don't exist, and that's not true. Everybody has a soul. Everybody that's original, not that artificial shit. Everybody original does carry a soul, and it will be like if the ones that are not one with themselves, like you can feel like you present. Like I said, you present when you literally like when you lay down and you go to sleep, and you start to feel your body, like you start to feel your soul come out your body. Okay, you're one with your body. You start to see glares. You're one with the self, where you literally can close your eyes and see your soul eyes. Okay, your soul eyes. Those same soul eyes that when you close your eyes, you see your eyes, reflection of your eyes, are the same souls that recognize other souls. Okay, when they're present. When you met your masculine was present in himself. They can come present for a second, a minute, an hour, or 4 hours, 4 days, or for life. It's all on based on their healing. It's all based on what they're driven with. If they're driven by ego, most likely spirit has nothing to do with it. What happens is the ego will take the wheel, and the soul becomes the guide, but then the ego won't listen to the guide. Okay, so your soul of the soul of the person who is disconnected will become a guide, and they will say, okay, look, I'm trying to see what example can I use. It become an oversoul. Okay, when somebody is disconnected, like they're not actually one, when the soul is like one with the body, they become an oversoul. Okay, an oversoul is outside the body, and literally just like your body is like a genie. You know how you rub a lamp, and your lamp, when you rub it the right way, it'll come right out. Okay, but in this case, the masculine is rubbing his body the wrong way. They're rubbing their bodies the wrong way, where the uh the soul feel like living inside of the flesh is too toxic. So the soul would rather live outside the body, and it becomes the oversoul and the overseer, and still delivers the message though. Now what happens is, because they feel like, like, if somebody's sleeping and lying and deceiving and giving their energy away to people who's not, what I'm saying, it's almost like it's a safety mechanism for, the toxic energy, that it's best I just stay out the body than to stay in it. But that don't mean, they soulless, meaning like the soul is not one. The soul is not going to want to be toxified by that shit. So the soul is going to come outside the body, and then it'll let the body, you know, come up out of that, go through its karma, and then it will come back down. Like, y'all know how, I mean, most of the people go through this, right? When you feel your soul eject, when your soul ejects from you, you black out. Okay, you have that blackout moment. Okay, when your soul disagrees with your choice you just made. Okay, or it'll happen for a split second. You know, that's not what they see though. That's not what they see. Not that I know of. I don't know what they see. I don't know if they don't see with their soul. Okay, because I know some people will say if they soulless, then what do they see with? Okay, I mean, I can't imagine, because I'm not like them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. But I know when I'm doing something, like, my consciousness will be like when I was about to fight somebody, or a moment where I was like, something was about to happen where I was about to fight somebody I didn't really want to fight, you know, but I had to fight because to defend myself. It have been times where my soul will eject out of my body at that moment. You know what I'm saying? At that moment. So I can't tell you what somebody who is soulless feels like. I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't. I know for a fact when I'm doing something I ain't supposed to do, my soul ejects out of my body. For that moment until I come back to my understanding. Until I come back to myself. So I can't tell you, but I know a lot of people are definitely walking around soulless as a mug, because I don't know. I just can't. I can't imagine seeing nothing. And when it comes to me, so I don't know what they see. They can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see it. So not a lot of people can see the light at the end of the tunnel where they can't go. It's just pitch dark. It's probably pitch dark for them. And when you look at them in their eyes, you see nothing. You see a tunnel of nowhere. When I look my masculine in his eyes, at that one time or two or three times, he was present, but he's not present now. And it's my job to just be patient. And if he doesn't become present in this lifetime, I'm okay with that too, because he's done so much damage to his body, where or I just feel like he's done so much damage to his body that I can wait for the next lifetime, if that's possible, because it is what it is. Like, the experiences that I get now is more solely driven. Like, I'm satisfied on a soul level because my needs are being met. Um, when I want answers, his spirit give it to me. When I'm unhappy, his spirit talks to me and makes me feel good. Um, Stuff like that with the physical body's supposed to do, what the soul is doing, like, or me doing for myself, however way they want to say it. But you know, the mirror is that I make myself happy, or his soul makes me happy. I mean, I say his soul because when I saw it, it didn't look like me. When I saw, when I feel the connection, it doesn't look like me. You know what I'm saying? I see him. So when somebody say, when I say it's like a love connection, I say a love for yourself. But I mean, it feels like a love connection to me. I'm sorry. I don't try to be friends. It didn't work out. Like, Nothing works out. You got to try things to see what works for y'all, you know? Um, my masculine knows that I am the one. He's asked them and they told him. He knows who I am. But he would say things like, I'm not ready. And I will respect that because, I don't want to make him feel like he's ever trapped. So I let him do what he want to do, because he's going to do it anyway. Does it bother me if he fuck with females? Yes and no. Yes, because I don't know what the fuck he's trying to bring. I don't know what these hoes got. And no, because like I said, I wouldn't want when I'm going through a tragic moment for nobody to cage me like I'm some kind of animal. So I give him all the freedom and the space that he needs. And I focus more on my spiritual connection with myself and him because that's what's more important. Because I don't want to connect to something that got an expiration date. Be honest with you, like we all got an expiration date. Just like my master said the other day, we're all here temporarily. There's nothing permanent, so we can't take nothing permanent. Okay, what we need to do is change what's going on in society. Like it could be twin flames now, but it'll be another name later. Okay, we have to really recognize. We have to teach people to recognize energy. Okay, words are words. Okay, people are getting offended. People are getting offended, mixing words with action and action, and stuff like that. But we have to learn to study frequency. Okay, study chakras. Those words too, I know, but we have to learn how to recognize the truth. Okay, real shit. Um, I love my masculine deeply, and he knows I do. Um, physically and spiritually, I love him more spiritually. Like I tell him all the time, I'm more attracted to you without you being here. Like I love my masculine more when he's not here, in the flesh, than he is here because it's not balanced. When my masculine becomes one with himself, he is everything I would want, but he hasn't yet embodied himself. So, has could he heal? Yes, because I recognized him before, and when he was one with himself, he was a good person. So I know they can heal. They just have to choose to accept. Anybody can heal. Just like, murderers can confess to a crime they commit. People, all they got to do is repent, or what they would call repent, and accept a fate, and everything will be fine. And that goes for everybody. Nobody's better than nobody. Because you could call somebody a psychopath, a narcissist, a crazy, or a lunatic, or, you know, uh, all these names, to divide people, to separate the sanity that's going on in this planet. It's all the same. I've been going through the same shit in my life, but I'm not like, it hasn't traumatized me in a complete full manner. So I know I've healed from a lot since I was a little ass girl for who I am today, where it doesn't bother me like that no more. Now, do I get triggered? Yeah. But when my triggers come, I control them. I don't let it control me. So learn how to heal from your pain and your hurt. So that way when your triggers come and your feelings come, you got control of it. Like, Marcus Garvey said one time is if you don't control your feelings, if you don't control you, somebody else will. So if somebody can come and manipulate you and play you like a puppet, is that mean you never had control of you? Like I can't see myself being manipulated by nobody. I just can't. That shit make me laugh. That shit tickles me inside because me and my soul one. Well, we cool like that. And it's like when somebody try to manipulate me, I laugh. And that goes for my own soulmate or twin flame or masculine, whatever the fuck you want to call him. That goes for him, you know? And it's funny to me when his soul his soul got jokes. Like my masculine, it was one time my masculine was in the bathroom, and we wasn't really on good terms like that. But the messages, like the telepathic messages or the soul jumping from me to him, was literally telling me exactly what he about to do next. So I walked into the bathroom and I said, are you such and such and such and such? And he was like, how did you know that? I was just like, I don't know. Something just came into the living room and told me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, embrace these moments, man. Like, every moment count. When my master's around, he's around. If I cannot tolerate the toxicity, I ask him to leave or he'll leave because I don't have to accept the devil. I don't have to accept the deceiver. I choose not to support the wicked. I choose not to support because I know how powerful and how righteous it is to be than to be somebody of that low vibration. I see what it looked like. Like he sees what it looked like if he was a good person when he's dealing with me. And I see what it looked like when I'm not a good person dealing with him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it. And he's just not ready. Like he knows right from wrong, but sometimes like he can't control it. Like the other day, I told my masculine a story the other day about a little boy I watched on YouTube, a little documentary about a little boy who was dealing with his own demon. But if you're an empath and you were looking at that, you would know that he was possessed, that he couldn't control his ego because his ego wanted him to run away, do drugs, and this is a little ass boy, y'all, a little boy about 9 years old, and he couldn't deal with his demons. And his parents kept sending him to all kinds of therapists, and they couldn't afford some of the therapists, and they're telling him to calm down, and like they couldn't tell that they should have got him a medium or something. They should have got him some kind of spiritual teacher to help him control his ego. I mean his anger, his ego and shit. Because they not knowing what's going on with him, they think he's crazy. They think he's going through some shit. People are not always crazy. People are battling with demons. Okay, people are battling with demons, man. And if you can't help somebody, you can't help nobody fight their battles. You can help them understand that they're going through a battle. Okay, um, you can help them understand that they're going through a battle so that they understand that they're not crazy, that they are fighting something inside them, and you help them identify it. Okay, you help them identify what it look like, what it feel like, so that they can just like this journey. People say, "Am I on it or am I not?" I could tell you what it look like from my point of view, but if you're not experiencing it, you won't. Your outcome will be different. Okay, everybody to each his own, because not everybody's a full blown narcissist, but everybody does have narcissistic traits. Okay, nobody's picture perfect, you know. So the sad thing about that was when the boy was walking home and he couldn't get him no help. He was about 16 at that time. Um, he had he couldn't deal with it anymore. Like they recorded him. I seen a video of them recording him, and I could tell he's definitely dealing with his demons, and or he's dealing with the ego. The ego wanted him to run away. The ego wanted him to do all kinds of shit. The ego would have caused him to deal with a bunch of karmics. The ego would have caused him to shit on his soulmate. The ego would have caused him to do all kind of wicked shit, and that's what it does. When you don't have any control. Um, he was I wouldn't say he was raised wrong, but you know, everybody has their own vehicle, which means everybody has their own healing and their own problems. So, all you can do is help others see the data, see the light of day, to live to see another day. Okay. Um, The battle is spiritual warfare. And what are we fighting? We're fighting the illusion. We're fighting the illusion to want to fit in, the illusion to want to be accepted, the illusion to want to be loved. The illusion is what we're fighting when it comes to spiritual warfare because you already have it. You already have it. You just don't realize it yet. You can feel it. You can sense it. But you looking for taste, touch, smell, and feel and all this other shit they talking about. You're looking for all that. But that's human reaction. But you can't compare a human reaction with a spiritual reaction because that's where you go confused. You have to learn how to separate the two because there is a difference. It just looks the same. Like they say, there's a God and a devil. But to be honest with you, it's the same thing because you're battling with a light and a dark. You're battling with your light side and your dark side every day. Ego, you got ego and you got spirit every day. You're battling with your demons every day. And it's if you can control them and if you can uh, sit it down. Don't let your demon lead you. You got to be in control. There's definitely a way to do it. Like I tell people, like I've been through shit in my life too, so I see my way out. I've had so many experiences where I've made it out just fine. I'll give you some examples. Like when I was young, people tried to rape me and molest me, and I my keyword tried. Okay, nobody actually ever succeeded because um, I was a fighter. I believed that it was not right. I knew it was not right, so I proceeded to fight. So I fought. So I made it out of that a very few many times. Um, there were times where people tried to kidnap me when I was little. Thank God for my father. He literally, was outside working on his car and somebody tried to grab me. They didn't actually get on me, but they were like 2 feet behind me, and my dad just literally popped out of nowhere and hit him in the head and hit him with a bat. Um, and it was late at night, so it was around times like this where the sun set early when I was coming from school. Um, there were times when I went to parades what they would call Juve in Brooklyn, and it was a Caribbean parade or something like that, and somebody shot a gun in the sky, and the crowd started running, and literally I was like 2 feet off the ground while people was like it was like 5 or 6 layers of people on top of each other trying to run because once you fall, everybody's just trying to run to get off. So it was layers and layers of people on top of each other, and I was accepting my fate. I was like, if my time is now, my every single time I faced something when it come to like near death experiences and stuff, I was just like, you know what, if it's my time, it's my time. And I be accepting my fate. I don't be trying to say, no, I want to live and all this other shit. Spirit will say, nope. And then all of a sudden, something will come and save me. Um, there was a time when I was little. I was young, probably like 9 or something like that. Oh, probably younger, I'm not sure. Where I fell down a flight of stairs, like 13 stairs, concrete. Fell on my head and shit. Where I think I fell into a slight little coma. I didn't wake up for like a couple of days. And all I remember, and I still remember to this day, was me floating around the hospital and looking over my parents' shoulders and trying to tap them to get their attention because I didn't know what they were doing. I knew that was them. I knew that was them because I was like, I didn't feel like I wasn't out of my body. But I guess I was having a astro traveling experiences or something like that where I couldn't see myself then either. I couldn't see myself. There was no mirror. There was no mirror in the astral plane. So I didn't look in the mirror and see myself. Okay. Um, I literally looked over my mother and my father as they was watching me, looking at me and crying. Um, and I saw me. I couldn't tell it was me, but I knew it was me because you know I tried to look down at my body and I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. So I knew I wasn't me. I wasn't my body. That's when I really like I knew I wasn't my body since then. And when I came back to, I was always a different person. I was more I didn't fear death. I didn't fear anything. I I was whatever and live life differently when you don't fear shit. When you live with no fear, and I don't mean that no fear as in I could take on the world. Rah. I mean like with no burdens on your shoulders and of righteousness, not that wickedness. That fear of wickedness. Um, so when I came back to, because I traveled around the hospital a little bit, I looked out the window. I remember looking at the city. I remember looking at the city view of my window. Um, but I wasn't in my body when I did that. I looked out the window. I didn't go far from my body. I was still connected to it. Um, so it was definitely, I think I did have an out of body experience, and I still remember it to this day. Normally I still remember it to this day. So just as if it's happened yesterday. So I've had experiences like that. I've had experiences where my soul will always travel to where I was raised at, my home where I grew up at, and I really roam around the house, And it was one time before my grandma passed away. She was like, when I astral traveled or when I fell asleep and went there, she told me I literally was flowing past her, and she had passed away. And she told me, don't let nobody tell you he's not who you know him to be. And she validated what I was experiencing. Now, this is somebody who passed away. This is somebody who knows the truth. When you have some kind of experience like that, you know the truth. You know the truth about life. You know the truth about death. You know shit like that. So when people cross over and they trying to contact us and let us know not to worry about them, it's for a reason. They can see the trauma it does to people. So when I went there, she was like, I was floating past her. She was like, "Don't let nobody tell you he's not who you know him to be." So I knew that he was the one, and she validated that for me. This is somebody different from me. This is somebody in another astral plane. I've seen my masculine in the astral plane plenty of times. We connect in the astral plane plenty of times. Um, it is what it is, like it just is what it is. So, any more questions, y'all? I know I'm rambling. Um, you said it's orbs every time I sleep. It's true. Knowing God has your back. Yep. Don't always remember all of them, but memories come and go, and relevant, and sometimes, yeah, it's definitely real. So, like I told this to my masculine the other day, he lives in fear. And when you live in fear like that, that's just doubt. It's a bunch of doubt. That's a big weight on your shoulder that's holding you down from ascending. So he can heal. It's possible. I've seen him, and I know, like I said, I acknowledge that he's a narcissist, and I know that they will tell you what you want to hear. They would pretend to be you and mimic other people, but that's fleshly shit. That's fleshly shit. Fleshly shit. Okay. I don't fall for the flesh. I only rock with the soul. If the soul said it's okay to hang around with him right now, all right, cool. But when he leave, remember I'm still here. Don't chase him. Don't text him. Don't call him. You know, I have to go work on him. This type shit. So I let him. I let him. I was like, all right, cool. It's like you gotta trust, man. It's really serious. and it's very real. Whether you met this person or not, if you haven't met your partner yet, you can still find them on the astral plane. You really can, because you connected. You just gotta speak to yourself. People say people that talk. I know everybody experienced or saw. Like I got a neighbor who talks to himself. Okay, a neighbor. He lives like couple houses down. That talks to himself. Okay, I don't find nothing wrong with him talking to himself because he's his own best friend. He's his own friend. He ain't hurting nobody. He ain't bothering nobody, and he just talking to himself. And that's what you gotta do, because this world is a lonely world, you know, and you gotta learn to love you. Okay, learn how to, in the midst of your own time in your own home, converse with yourself as if you were conversing with a friend. Write it down on a piece of paper, and you will feel and learn how to connect. Learn how to connect back to you. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So anything you pick up, like anything you write down, your soul gonna see it. So if you texting somebody right now and you being nasty, and that goes for the masculines out there running around trying to go with other karmics, your soul gonna see that. Your soul gonna let your companion know what you're doing, and there'll be some times when your soul will snitch on you because your soul can't lie. There's been times where my masculine was on a date and I was on a date. This is in the beginning. This is before I even realized who he was. Um, our souls literally put us back together, like we were with karmics, and he was already there. His soul always tell me things first, and he was already there. He was at the buffet there. I didn't know he was there. We wasn't talking. We wasn't doing nothing physically. All of a sudden, something just told me, "Let's go to the buffet." And with me and my date, and we went to the buffet. And while I was coming in to the buffet, I was pulling into the buffet. And mind you, he didn't see me at all, but he sensed me. Okay, he can sense me in the car. I seen him, but he didn't see me. Okay, y'all. He couldn't see me. The windows was dark and everything, but he looked at the car like he sensed something was in there. So I'm like, I know I exist. I know cause it was funny, y'all. You think I would be hurt? You would think I'd be hurt seeing him with another woman? Not in that way. It wasn't like, it's not like I'm seeing him fucking or anything. It was more like, he was coming. She came out. She was already by the car. I seen her way across because my consciousness told me he was with her. And I looked at her dress. I was like, I seen her dress. Tall white woman. I'm like, what? And he was coming out of the buffet, but he came out after her, and he literally didn't even like, he didn't see me, but literally was two steps away from me. Like the car was passing him and he was coming right out, but he couldn't see inside because it was too dark and it was dim outside. But we've literally, that's how close we was to each other. And I looked at him and my date, right? I told my date about it because I tell all my dates that I was dealing with at the past that we can never be anything more than what this is. I talked to all of them about my connection. Kept it real. They still fucked with me because they wasn't shit. They didn't care. Um, so the dude got jealous. Started zooming around the fucking parking lot. It's like, yo. My twin flame came out the damn door, right? We were literally like, I'm in the car, here's the car, and here's the door. He came out, and we literally locked eyes through a tinted window. And he was coming out in the buffet, and I'm going in the bitch. I mean, we still ate, but it was mad. I went in there, and it was mad awkward, you know? And we literally locked eyes through tinted windows. He still didn't know I was in there, but he could sense that something. He could sense, she was like, I could sense something ain't right. So my fucking partner, whatever the fuck he is, date, ruined my whole. I was trying to hide. He all around the parking lot. You ain't about to link up with his ass. You ain't about to link up. I said the karmics is real, man. They be trying to keep us from apart, yo. But we wasn't talking or nothing. So he was swerving around the fucking parking lot all insecure and shit. I'm like, hold up. And he was a black dude who liked white women. So you would think he would actually chill out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the people I deal with, child, they mentally fucked up. But he was super jealous, and I'm like, wow, this is weird, and I don't like dating at all, y'all. I don't like dating. People are just weird, yo. Um, so we saw each other, but we spiritually seen each other first before we physically saw each other. It manifested. So and that's not the only time, man. That's not the only time we ran into each other. Recently, about last month, I wasn't talking to him for a whole month, and he went to Rose's where I usually go shopping, and he was there looking for a radio or some shit. And my consciousness, 2 days before that, okay, 2 days before I even went to this place, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go there, and I want to see if I can pick up something. I want to go there. Something just kept telling me to go there, but I was like, whatever, whatever. You still deny the shit here and there, even though you don't trust it, whatever. You like, whatever. I go into I don't know he's there, but I know he's there. And I'm sitting here, I'm literally sneaking into the store, and I'm looking around to make sure he's not there because something's telling me he's there. And I'm like, I look in the spot where he normally goes, and he's not there. So I'm like, okay, a big relief. No, no, y'all. I took two more steps, and something said, look to your right. And I looked to my right, and I was like, I was like, I was with my daughter's father and my daughter and my son, his son, you know? And I'm sitting here like, speak of the motherfucking devil. And I look over and I see him, y'all. I didn't even like get a full glimpse. I seen him from my peripheral vision first. And then I saw him with my full eyes just to make sure I wasn't crazy. And me and my daughter I kept telling him, my baby father said, nah, you knew he was coming here. You knew. I said, well, describe to me what you mean by knew, though. Like, I didn't text him or call him or nothing like that. So, my baby father, which was my karmic, he saw everything. He knows everything. He still don't trust in it. He still illusionalized. He like, because he never experienced it. But it is what it is. So that's like I said, universe got like ways they will bring two people that's meant to be together or around each other back into to oneness. Like he was all the way in California, and we ended up meeting. I I just laugh now because I'm enjoying my little me time while I can, and when he bring his ass around again, it's us time, and then when he leave again, it's me time. Like I enjoy my little time. So, um, spirit does that. Yeah, but I mean that's how we first met. Like, he ended up. I was in Florida first, mind you. I moved down in Florida in '05. When I moved to Florida first, he was still up north, somewhere around, up north area. And he was saying something was telling him to move to Florida. And then at that time, I was moving back to New York, here and there, going back to New York, going back and forth, going back and forth. But then I decided, let me tell you, this is before I even met him, y'all. I got back to Florida, and I said, you know what, Spirit or God, I said, you know what, God, I'm done. Um, I'm not having any more children. I'm not going to do anything else. I don't want to date. I don't want to do nothing. And all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, I got this full on urge to go onto the website, and boom, the first person I spoke to didn't recognize him from, because mind you, we met off site, and he he came into contact with me. I've seen his picture, but I was like, nah, he's too cocky, and I was like, whatever. I used to this next. I was like, nah, I'm not going to. He's too cocky. Not realizing he was the one. I was like, yeah, he's attractive, he's cute, but he looked like he got a lot of bitches. Whatever. I don't want him. I don't want somebody who got a lot of bitches. And he was exactly what I expected him to be at that time. A man with some bitches, here and there, or just a sociopath. So, all of a sudden, we both was at the same time dealing with our karmics, and we had children. He had children. I had child, and mind you, his first child or supposed first child is 10 years old, and no, is I think he's I think he's yeah, I think he's yeah, I think he's 10 or 11 or some shit like that, and my first child is 12. So mind you, we was urging to have a child together, but we ended up having it with karmics. So we was sensing that child. We finally had a child years and years and years and years later, because once I got to know him, I really didn't like his personality and all this other shit, and I started to wait, and I told God that I wasn't ready to have a child by another man until I'm married. I didn't know that I was going to meet someone of a spiritual, marriage, a spiritual connection. So I was like, wow, this is deep. I thought I was going to meet somebody and get physically married. But I guess Lord knows I ain't for it. I don't believe in it anyway. I don't believe in the system like that anyway. So that's not the marriage that I will seek anyway. So I'm right where I need to be honest with you. Um so he tried to get in contact with me prior years before we actually physically met, and due to the karmic delays and distractions, we ended up going back on the searching cycle or seeking cycle, whatever you want to call it, the cycle. And then about 3 years later, we came across each other again, but he surrendered and I surrendered to the universe. And I said, we both said at the same time, like, we're done, whatever, whatever. And then all of a sudden we came into each other. First person I saw was him. Now he used to live. He just moved to the state, and the first time, but the second time he ended up moving in my town. So I'm like, why here? The whole state, why here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you came a long way. He's came a long way. So I know and I trust in universe. I know and trust in myself, and I know and trust in our union that he will always come back, whether he's physically or spiritually. He will always be here. When he runs far, he don't stay. He can't stay away too long. Um, but but yeah. So um, that's what happened. So we ended up coming together. The first time we ever got together, um, I was looking at him and I was like, nah, he's not my type. He was completely different from his usual, like your usual expectations, completely different. Um, he, when I first got a glimpse of him, I didn't see his eyes. I didn't see his eyes, but I saw his smile. The first time I seen his smile, I liked his smile, but he was in the dark. He was like in the dark. You know how people set the mood or whatever, so you don't see the eyes. So I didn't recognize him that first day, but I knew it was something. I knew it was something. See, I was just going with the flow then. We didn't have that eye to eye contact right away. We didn't have that eye to eye contact until we actually, came, like, was around each other during the day. Then we would look each other in the eyes, like, you know. But that first time we ever met, we didn't have that soul to soul recognition, but we knew something was just right because it felt like everything around us stopped. Time was still going, but we was like in a bubble. It was like a bubble or whatever. I felt like time stopped, And every time we get around each other, time slows down but speeds up. Our time together slows down, and people and places, everything, all that, time stays on track. But when me and him come together, it slows down, you know. And there was a time where we was laying in the bed together physically. This is before I even knew who he was to me. Where I record, I wish I could show y'all. If the universe did not get rid of that document, I would have showed y'all all the experiences that we had together. Where it was one time we were laying next to each other, and there was no, like, we were laying, like, say, not in this room here, but in another place, one of his karmics places he was staying at. We was chilling over there, whatever. Yes, y'all, in the house with one of the karmics. Um, um, we were laying in bed, and we had just got back into a little small little time in a little union, whatever, physical union. And I was playing on my phone while he was sleeping, and there was no way that he could have leaned over. He's a much bigger man, so you would think that he would be, his side of the bed would be lean. You know how when your bed lean and your baby, you know how you got kids and they would lean towards the one who's heavier. Like, he's a bigger, heavier man than me, so you would think that his head would not, like, his head. I was just like laying in bed like this, and his head ended up like naturally moving slowly while he was sleeping, slowly towards me. And I'm like, I'm waking him up like, hey, 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 you're moving and shit. Like, you're moving, right? It was almost like his soul was making his body move towards me. And I was trying to see if he was joking or something like that. But he wasn't. He was out cold, had no control. His body was in, you know, calm mode, and his body was literally being pushed to hold me. So to get next to me. And then I showed him, like, I recorded it. I would go like this. I would go like this. Look at this shit. That's what I would do. I recorded him a few times. I woke him up, everything, everything. And I know it's real because when my car was getting stolen, we were together one time. My car was getting stolen, and something literally pulled me out of my bed and took me to my window and showed me that my car was getting stolen. And I wasn't I wasn't shocked about my car getting stolen. You would think so. Two dudes ran out of my car when I turned on my lights. I wasn't shocked about my car getting stolen. I was shocked that something pulled me out of my bed. Okay, y'all? So spirit can definitely touch you, and the power is definitely real. So when I had that experience first, I had that experience first, and no, 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 no. I had no him. His head naturally moving towards me was the first experience, and then and then yeah, cause I know my whatever I have, like, every time the karmics try to destroy me, it backfire. Then they try to get my car stolen. They try to get my shit stolen, and guess what happened? Something happened to their cars. When they try to fuck up my place, my housing, this stuff is God given to me. So my relationship, my connection with Him is God given. He can't even destroy it. He can't run for too long before it catch up on him. And he's getting older where he's not gonna be able to run too much longer. And on my behalf, it's starting to look good that he's older because young narcissistic people tend to have a lot more energy and power to run. But he's getting older where he's not gonna be able to do that shit for the rest of his life. So it is what it is. So it pulled me out of my bed and literally pushed me right into. Now this is a long walk, y'all. This is a long walk. This ain't no short walk in the park. Okay, to get to the from my bedroom to the it's a turn and a turn and a turn. So I'm like, wait a minute, yeah, wait, what's I'm conscious, but I'm not conscious. Like, I'm conscious, but I'm not physically conscious. It's like something just pulled me out of my bed, and I'm sitting here like, I'm like this. I'm just getting up, and I'm like, I'm just getting up like a zombie, y'all, like a zombie. I was like this. I'm like, what this? I was like, I was literally walking. I was walking like I was a freaking zombie, y'all, like a freaking zombie. Like, what is that touching me? I was laying down next to my twin flame, and um, I was like, what is? And I had to catch him. My just ass naked, went right at TMI, went right over to the window, man, and I'm like, wow, wow. I was more shocked that I was being pulled by a spirit, and I said, no, no, y'all, no, I'm gonna have to serve God. I'm gonna have to serve God on this one, cause they could touch me. I said, I ain't getting my ass spanked. I don't want no karma hitting me. I'm telling you, that's why I tell people free will ain't free, man. Because if they really don't want you to do it, man, they will stop you. That's why I don't, when people pass on, I don't cry, because at the end of the day, I know the truth. I know that everything happens for a reason. It's either it's either they that what they had. It's whatever. It's whatever. I'm gonna leave it there. And I don't doubt them. I've seen orbs in my room. They were like, uh, they were like ghost figures. There was five of them. So I seen them because what I did was I asked for protection. This was around the time when I was awakening, and I asked for protection because I had neighbors who was really fucking with me at that time, and I said, you know what? If y'all are real, please protect me from all that is evil. It was one night where they awakened the body. They awakened my body. My eyes open, but my body was paralyzed. And they literally and my eyes was the only thing that was able to move. Everything else couldn't move. And I was able to look over in the corner of my room one time and see five. I seen five of them, five orbs. They had a head, they had shoulders, and they looked like genies. They had a genie figure. They had a head, shoulders, and they were light figure in the dark, mind you, y'all. No reflections, no nothing, no mirrors, no nothing. There was no reflections in that corner. It was a dark corner in the corner of my, like, let me see if I can turn around. Hold on, can I turn this around? Yeah. So y'all see, like say it like in the corner, all that would be dark. There was a window next to it, but it was all dark in that upper corner right up there. Not here though, in my other place. And it was like my angle towards the same way, but it had like a little window, like something like, let me see, something like this one over here. It's something like this one over here. Like you see the corner here, and then you got the window, but the opposite side. And and five of them was just up there, and they literally floated right out the window one by one. And then when they finally left, oh boy, let me tell you, they didn't want me to fear them, so they numbed my body. They didn't want me to get up and run. It was like, don't you move, girl. They had me pinned down to the bed, y'all. You hear me? You asked for this. You asked for this protection. Don't move. You know what I'm saying? So they had me pinned down, and I wasn't able to move my body for the first 5 or 10 minutes after they left. Real shit, yo. Y'all don't understand what I go through. So I got to do this. I have to tell my truth. Um, it was a time he sent me a picture, and he wasn't able to see the light beings surrounded him. They didn't look like. I wish I could have that picture right now. I don't know if I got it somewhere. Maybe it's in my email somewhere. I don't know. But he sent me a picture when he's in California, in the dark, y'all, in the dark, and there was no reflection on his body. Okay, I seen around him. I seen ghostly looking figures. They had faces. Okay, they didn't have like grown men, grown women faces. They had like Casper the Friendly Ghost faces. You know, I seen like three of them. They were like there was like two of them that was visible, and the other one you can only see the eyes in the picture, y'all. In the picture. So when I looked at him and I said, "Hey, do you see this on your picture?" I literally highlighted the areas and I sent it to him, but I can't remember. I think I gotta find it, yo. And if I showed y'all this, I would say I'm gonna look for it, cause I need y'all to know this shit ain't no joke. Okay, this shit ain't no joke. They were protecting him. They was protecting him, even though he runs from them or run from himself. He had guardians around him. They were surrounding him, and they wasn't negative energy. They was good ones because they let me see it even when he couldn't see it in the picture. They let me see it, so I knew they were good angels because that was around the time I asked them to protect me, and they protected me and him. So what's that? If it is angels, it will be an alien. Yeah, they would. I mean, if they ain't angels, they might be aliens. I don't know who it is, but they got my best interest at heart, though. I ain't fucking with them. I ain't gonna piss them off. So these experiences is why I believe in my union. Not because he say she say on the internet. Because if y'all realize how I teach, I don't just teach just the flesh. I teach more of self love and experiences that you guys gotta experience. I teach experiences, okay? Because nothing's better than your own experience. I talk about my experience and I put it on here. If it triggers you, it triggers you. If it don't, it don't. I don't know how everybody else is. I can't say everybody's the same because, I mean, I just speak on my behalf. They want me to tell my truth. So when I do my card readings, y'all, I be shocked most of the time because the real me don't really want to intervene in nothing. I don't want to intervene in nothing going on. I don't want to be a part of nothing, to be honest with you. But if they telling me to, I have to. You know what I'm saying? Because um it's real. And that's just that. Like my readings are on point with me and my clients and shit. Like they be shocked. So um it is what it is. Like I don't need cards to channel somebody, you know, but I choose not to tap into anybody's demonic energy until I'm completely like healed within myself because to play in somebody else's realm, you got to be able to get out of it. Okay, and that's the problem with people. We playing in other people's realms and other people's temples and other people's auras. You can't in Pandora's box, and you can't see your way out of it. You can't see the light tunnel out of it. So I don't always tap into people's Pandora's box. Okay, or you ever met the Cube? Like I said, the movie Cube. You know it's a way out, but everything looks the same. So you're being convinced that you know there is a way out, and you know there's a way out, but you just have to find it. So remember, when you're dealing with people, if you really want to deal with their challenges or not, because you got the choice to walk away from it. All right. Um, if it's a divine connection, it's a wrap for you. Just fulfill your purpose and stay positive, stay happy, and respect the universe. Respect them because they're real. Respect the guardians. Okay. They may not have a body, but they damn sure can take control of yours. All right. But if you guys, I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. I know I talked about a lot of stuff, but I had to. Um, I'm gonna get off here because the kids are asleep. Um, but yeah, if you guys want to donate or anything, my PayPal, my Cash App is below. If you got more questions or something, shoot me an email. You want to book a personal reading, shoot me an email. All the information, if it's not on this description, if it's not down in this live, then y'all go check out my page for more information and stuff like that. I appreciate y'all for staying up with me. It's definitely late. I'm gonna take my ass to sleep. I got my spirit got to go somewhere. Got some shit to handle. Y'all get some rest. Remember to document your experiences every night, and try to go to bed in a positive note and wake up on a positive note. And remember to stay positive because you don't want to manifest any negative. Because what comes good energy comes bad too. Okay, I have not. experience bad energy because I chose to stay out of that negative realm. Okay, learn how to shield yourself and learn how to be a mirror to reflect people their own karma. Okay, so peace and blessings to y'all.